How do we get to this point where people see an entire people group as less human? It's really quite simple. As you grow up, when you start to notice inequality, are you going to believe that it is because of oppression or not? Because if you believe that our banking institutions, our policing institutions, our government institutions, our educational system was all designed to oppress certain people, then it's not going to surprise you when you see those people oppressed. It's not going to surprise you when you see differences in incomes and housing and access to education. But if you refuse to believe that that oppression exists, then you have to, in your mind, rationalize a reason why there is inequality. You see poor people, but you don't believe in oppression. You think, oh, well, poor people are poor because of their own bad decisions. They're poor because they have a poor person's mentality. When you see a rundown neighborhood, you think, oh, the people who live there don't take care of their things. They don't take care of their neighborhood. They're destructive. Not that they're all renters, and the people who actually own all of those rundown homes live in fancy neighborhoods across town. When you see people who are less educated, you assume that it's because they were dumb. They dropped out because they're stupid. Not that the education system failed them or was even designed to push them out. And that's how this idea creeps into people's minds that other people groups aren't as good. When you see a city like St. Louis where you have one street that divides two neighborhoods, and one of those neighborhoods is over 90% black and very impoverished. And on the other side of that street, you have mansions where old money white doctors and lawyers live. You either have to acknowledge that the people who live in those mansions had advantages. They had privilege. The world around them was designed for them to succeed. And that the people who live in that low-income neighborhood don't have access to those same advantages. They do not have those privileges. The world around them is not designed for their success. Or the only alternative is to believe that the people who live in that low-income neighborhood are less human. They're less intelligent, that they don't work as hard, that they're naturally violent or destructive, and that they don't deserve success because of who they are. And that's why it is so important that people learn about systemic oppression, systemic racism, because anyone who does not acknowledge or understand that inequality is caused by oppression will start to believe that inequality is caused by genetics. And those people don't believe that they are racist. If you ask them if they think that black people are human, they'd say absolutely yes. But they're not as hardworking. They're not as intelligent, but still human. They're more naturally violent and destructive, but human. I'm not saying they're not human. But when you say those things, you are saying that they are less human than you are.